You are live.
Good morning, peoples.
Making last minute preparations.
Oh, we should. This is episode 555, huh?
Yep.
Wow.
555.
Triple five. Need to make
Anybody out there?
some sort of 555 timer comment.
Are you monitoring the chat? Do you see anybody?
Not yet. I just brought up YouTube. Oh, Distro Hopper. Klaus, hey.
I'm playing around with a new microphone. I was telling John that the tried and true blue snowball, I had it on a big arm, and this budget-friendly IKEA desk would crumble under the pressure needed to mount that arm to the desk. I might be able to. Well, the other part of it is that I've got not a lot of the way the desk is oriented. You can't clamp anything to the sides, and I got this huge setup in the front, so I can't clamp it to the back. And then I've got a secondary keyboard drawer on the front, so there's only small windows of areas. Anyway, so I wound up getting a desktop stand, which works pretty well. I'm pretty happy with it. And I'm using a different mic because the desktop stand won't support the weight of the snowball, and it's shock mount and it's pop filter.
Sounds great. It really does sound good.
Yeah, so I dug this out of the archives. This is when hoarding all this old tech. This is like one of the original Samsung USB mics. It's probably over 15 years old. I should see when this thing came out, but
well, and you're kind of using retro equipment then. So yeah, that works.
Yeah. The Samsung condenser mic. What model is this thing? The C01U, I think. Samsung C01U. I don't know.
Yeah,
all right.
8 o'clock.
It is 8 o'clock.
Bing.
We should start this thing. Let's see. Let's
go Jeremy, hello.
Find my recording stuff. Okay. You ready to go?
I am all set.
And 3, 2, 1. Welcome to the RetroMacCast with James and John. This is episode 555 for January 10th, 2021. Look at that. My notes say 2020. Let's go 2021.
2021.
How many times have you made that mistake this year already?
Oh, absolutely. Every year. Good morning, everyone.
And we've got a nice little group hanging out in the chat. We are streaming live Sunday mornings at 8 a.m. on YouTube on the RetroMacCast channel. Which, when did we start this little endeavor? March, April? It was probably a while back.
Right. Yeah. Kind of toward the beginning of lockdown last year.
Yeah.
Stolen blatantly from Retro Computing Roundtable doing it. So.
Oh, really? It was so long ago. I decided it was my idea. Oh. I forgot that we stole it. Well,
what?
We were
great artists. Yes. Yeah. All that jazz. Hello, Scarlet Swordfish.
Well, let's see. How about that shirt? You want to show us the shirt?
Oh, yeah. All right. So I think I mentioned during our gift ideas end of December. So Chris Torrance came up with this awesome shirt concept. Your Wagon is on Fire. A nice mashup of two great Apple II games. Not Apple II specific, but Choplifter and, of course, Oregon Trail. So I don't know if dying from dysentery or wagon being on fire is the preferred way to die, but there you go. I love
Good
it.
stuff.
So good.
And what's the website on that?
Oh, I will look it up while we continue
okay.
to talk. Yes.
All right, let's see. Well, this week we're dipping into the time capsule. We're going to go back 20 years, right? January 20 or 2001 in MacAddict magazine. So we'll get to that in a bit. We've got eBay finds. We've got a bit of news. I think that's usually what we talk about, right? So that ought to satisfy the requirements for an episode. We did
Maximum
have
effort.
we did have a new member over on Facebook. We want to welcome Mark Withers joining us on the Facebook group. So thanks for joining us. Let's see. Other than that, I don't think I have anything else to talk about here at the beginning.
All right. So while you were doing that, all right. So I looked it up. It is ct6502.org. That's where you can find the T-shirt, the assembly lines book that he did, and other goodies. So definitely check it out.
Excellent. All right, we'll be right back with some eBay finds. All right, let's see. Gotta find.
So I am sporting a. As well as having lots of geeky T-shirts, I also have lots of geeky coffee mugs, not just Apple related, but so this is one. I actually loved this one so much. I've got one at work as well, and quite a few people have seen it and then started to talk to me about the band AC/DC. I'm like, yeah, not really. I know them, but but of course, this is a wonderful mug with Tesla and Edison. So, geeks, yes.
All right, let's see. Let's get us back into. Aha, there it is. That's what we want to see. All right, you ready to go?
Yeah, yes, all set.
Okay. Let's go in 3, 2, 1. It's time for the eBay finds. Last week, we had 3 auctions. And what did they do? What did they fetch? Wouldn't you like to know? The mug, I have one of these mugs, the one with all the icons on it and the cool rubber base, a little non-slip little doodad that slips on the bottom there. Cool looking mug. Is it worth, what do they want? Something insane, right? $495. No, it did not get $495. It was relisted for, guess what? $495. Or you can make an offer. Still hanging out there. They're still fishing.
They're waiting.
Still fishing. This will be a good opportunity to get mine out there for $498.
There you go.
Right, just in case.
Start that bidding war. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay, and what else did we have? Oh, we had the lot of 5 Steve Jobs on the cover magazines. Nice little set there. That one says the listing was ended by the seller because the item is no longer available. 0 bids. So who knows? Who knows what happened there? And the magazine ad that Steve Jobs and Apple put out to Chiat Day about the great work doing Apple ads. That one sold for $39 after 1 bid. Okay, we'll begin. And this week it's all, last week it was all non-Mac stuff. It was just all kinds of miscellaneous stuff. We're back to computers. This is all Macs. And not even Apple II stuff. All Macs this week. Some interesting ones here. So,
yeah. Mm-hmm.
First one, the Macintosh TV. One of those rare black Macs. It says, well, what does it say? It said, here's a very nice 1993 vintage Macintosh TV working working shape with an uncommonly good cosmetic appearance. Not beat up, not broken, but show signs of normal use. There are a couple of light scratches and scuffs on the case, but nothing that's all that ugly. Well kept. Second owner, bought from the original owner around 98. Replace the clock battery, needs to be replaced again. Let's see, boots right up. It says that the startup chime and all other sounds can barely be heard.
Well, all right. So
What's
this is definitely one of those models that the is going to need recapping. So the weak audio could very well be
right.
a sign of that. Yes.
Yeah, he says he remembers the sound working fine the last time he played with it 15 years ago. Sound levels now very low. The floppy drive works. Couldn't find the CD caddy, so don't know about that. Lost the Apple remote and the black keyboard cable, so they substituted a beige cable, selling it as used. 27 years old. Can you imagine it's 27 years now on this thing? But no ship.
No ship, pickup only. Yeah, that really limits. I would almost say the buy it now price of $850 is pretty good for this model. Wow. Of course, I don't know if you spent $850 on this, I don't know if you'd want to get it shipped. I do not know if the black plastic had the same problem getting brittle as the beige ones.
I think so. Yeah.
Also, I think for that price that they're asking, without this is going to sound weird, but without having the black ADB cable, that's I think that's kind of a big ding, because it's not like you're going to be able to find. Sure, you can put an S-video cable, black S-video cable, but you're going to know it's not the actual cable it's supposed to be.
Or you could try to paint it somehow.
Right. Yeah, that's not going to work with flexible, kind of rubbery.
Yeah, to get in that, whatever. Yeah, that'd be kind of a hack. It'd be from a distance, might be able to pass it off.
Right.
Right.
But there is a make an offer, I see.
Yeah.
So
there is.
Yeah.
This is for pickup in Southern California, near Gorman, California.
Well, good luck to them. I mean, it's they're a fun looking system. I mean, their actual usability, no, not that great, but cosmetically very neat. I really wish Apple had done more black plastic Macs back then. Yes.
All right. Well, we'll find out. This does not have an ending date. So we'll see what happens next week. Okay. What do you got for us?
All right. Next up, we have Inbox, a Macintosh Color Classic. Let's see. It's got the stickers on the side of the box looking fairly decent shape. The most affordable Macintosh computer now comes with color. This is an actual auction. Right now, it's got 4 bids. Price $216. It still has 3 days to go, ending this coming Thursday. Vintage Macintosh Color Classic computer. The seller plugged the item up but cannot get power. But they don't really know a lot about computers. So my first question, of course, is did they just try the switch on the back and didn't actually press the button on the keyboard?
Right.
So that would be my if they don't know a lot about Macs, that may be all it takes. Or it could just be that this thing's old and it also needs recapping. I actually just ordered a recap kit for the analog board for my Color Classic because I'm living on borrowed time on it.
This is just preventative. You don't have any problems right now.
Not right now, but when it does develop a problem, sometimes it can be catastrophic. So
yeah.
Yep.
Do you think this is missing the rear port door?
No. The very one of the very first pictures shows it on there. Yeah.
Got it.
So
there it is.
It's there.
Some amount of yellowing there. You can see not too bad though. Just on that kind of that rear lower part. Yeah. Otherwise, pretty good shape.
Yeah, and again, the box is in pretty nice shape, considering.
Is the box that important? I know we talk about box, for
Right.
like an original Mac,
Just
but
from
for
a
a color
complete,
classic,
well,
mm,
yeah,
I don't know.
probably
Does it
not as
really
much.
add
You're
much?
right. You're right.
Does it?
You're right. Yeah.
Yeah. What's the action on this one so far?
Well, like I said, right now, 4 bids,
Oh,
$216. So,
the shipping is a little steep that they're charging. They shipping it to California to here in Florida, $80 they want. Hopefully that means it's gonna be very, very well
double
packed.
boxed. Yeah. Pack this box in another box with padding, that sort of thing.
Yeah,
Sure.
they don't know very much about computers, but do they know very much about
About the
shipping
shipping.
computers?
Well,
Hmm.
looking at there, it looks like just the seller's kind of history. They've got almost 500 sales with a 98.9 positive feedback. So I'm guessing they haven't had too many problems
Hmm. Hmm.
with shipping. Yeah.
Yeah, it could be a sweet pickup. I mean, there's already a few people that think there's a chance this might power up with you know with a little bit of knowledge. So,
Mm-hmm.
all right, well, we'll find out. And finally, well, there's your original Mac with
Ooh,
the
yeah.
original box and a bunch of little extras, including a Smack-a-Mac.
Ah, wonderful.
Fully working, great condition, comes with everything in the picture. One owner, no damage,
Wow.
stored
Wow.
safely with all the original materials in the original boxes, assortment of floppy disks such as Microsoft Word and Mac Paint, plus many more. Original manuals shipped carefully as to avoid damage. And yeah, the pictures say it all.
And so do the bids.
So do the bids. What's it got right now? It's already up to,
$860.
yeah, with 2 days to go.
Yeah.
After
10
10
bids. So there's a
bids,
couple people quite interested.
it's even got the plush mouse cozy, the mouse
I
cover.
love it. I love it.
Is that just for storage, or do you use the mouse under the mouse? I don't know. I think it's just for show. But yeah, look at that condition. Look at how it almost looks fake. I'm looking at the pictures of that
Of the
of
box?
the Mac itself. No,
Oh.
I mean, well, maybe not. I don't know. Just because I'm not used to them seeing so unyellowed.
Right.
I mean, everything. I mean, mouse pad and the
Mhm.
documents and everything. You just look at the corners, right, of all that, even the box.
Yeah.
I mean, that is.
That box is an amazing shape considering, right, how old it is, and probably has been kind of banged around closets over the years. And
Yeah.
right.
And the internal boxes, the keyboard and mouse box,
Mhm.
and boy, yeah, I mean, this is probably one of the finest examples we've seen of well kept, well preserved original Macs. And to think it's the
Right.
original owner. How high will this go? What do you think? You think it'll get up to a couple of K?
I don't know, but I'm gonna say about. I got 2 days left. I'm gonna say about 1,200.
1,200. I think it's going to get closer to 15.
Mm.
All right. Well, we'll find out what that gets, along with the other things, next week. What's the chat room think? For $850, that should be 100% complete and mint condition. Yeah, well, we've seen
For the TV,
128Ks.
No,
that's right. The other one was $850.
Right.
Yeah, this was $860. That's right.
Yeah, I mean, seriously, missing that cable is a
Right.
big ding. It's not something that's going to be easily replaceable.
Mm-hmm.
Though I have a spare. Ha ha ha. No.
Ha ha ha.
Ha ha.
Was the next
that would probably
cable?
be almost easier to find, would be to get a next keyboard that has its cable, which was still a detachable cable, would probably be the closest you could get on that. Yeah.
I was trying to remember if a next keyboard cable had was coiled, and
yes,
it was.
Yeah. Because I was.
So was it identical, or did it have a little next symbol?
No. I'd have to pull it out to look, but I actually bought before before I got an actual black ADB keyboard for my Macintosh TV, that's exactly what I did. Is I bought an ADB Next keyboard, and because it was fairly close match. I mean, the color wasn't exact, but it was good enough for the time. So, yeah.
All right. You ready to go with some news?
Let's talk about.
Oh, we're going to do the MacAddict
first. MacAddict.
Gosh,
yes.
I'm getting ahead of myself. All right.
All right. I'm ready when you are.
I'm not ready.
For anyone who wants to play along at home, again, this is the January 2001. You can find it on Internet Archive.
Didn't I thought I shared it last time, or did I decide that I wouldn't share it on the screen? I can't remember.
You shared it on the screen, yeah, as we kind of talked about it.
Let's see. All right. Let's go in 3, 2, 1. We're going into the time capsule back to January 2001, 20 years ago, looking in MacAddict magazine. Rest in peace, MacAddict. Do you remember what year MacAddict stopped publishing?
I don't. I know there were several other years, and then at the end they changed their name to, what was it, Mac Life or something like that? And it kind of really lost a lot of its funness.
Right.
So 2001. Before we get into it, what gear were you rocking in 2001? What was your Mac? What was your
I'm trying to remember what I have a G4 iMac at that point. Was it too early? When did that come out?
I know I was still using
around that time.
I was still using my G3, blue and white G3, and I had found a used Pismo.
Yeah, I think this was right before the G4 iMac came out. So yeah, it was probably a G3, my beige G3.
Beige G3. Wow. Okay.
Yeah,
nice.
My workhorse that was heavily modified and upgraded. Another video card, multiple hard drives, accelerated to 466.
Oh, fantastic! Wow.
Everything going on. Driving multiple monitors and use that for many years. But anyway,
yes.
January 2001. The cover shows a cool photo of a USB keyboard, the clear kind, with the Pro mouse.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah, probably had accompanied the G4 Cube, I'm guessing, for this photo. So let's dig into this issue. And I'll have to pull up my notes here. See, page 11, I think, was the first page that you wanted to talk about.
Yeah. So, and I may still try this for next week. The reason I wanted to mention this one is because I actually have one of those. And if I could have found my 400 to 800 Firewire adapter, I would have actually tried to use it for the podcast this week. But maybe next week. We'll see if we can even get it to work.
Did you have this back then?
No. This was actually a fairly recent gifting by someone. Of course, it works fantastic with my blue and white G3. So that, apropos, because of course, everything had the nice kind of different colors. Then, computer peripherals for other computers had all sorts of color because of Apple at the time. So.
No,
anyway.
So I've never. I didn't have one of these. I used the iSight, and I'm looking at the design of this thing, and it resembles. Well, first of all, look. I never noticed that the foot of the thing is a foot.
Is a foot, right?
Yeah,
and then of course it looks like
the character. Well, it looks like what's the one-eyed character in the Pixar?
Oh, monster
movie.
Stan.
I don't know, the one voiced by Billy Crystal.
Billy Crystal, right? Yeah, that's kind of funny.
Kind of resembles that, with the sides of the mount kind of looking like ears, especially at that angle.
Right.
Yeah. I'm not sure you want to do your podcast with the 640 by 480. I'm not sure we want to.
Well, it would be fun too, because if I can switch my input, it would be fun just to try it for a minute too. Right.
Yeah. Right. The fastest webcam on Earth. Okay, let's see. Let's zip ahead to, oops. I lose everybody. I'm playing around with my settings, hitting the wrong sets of I thought I just zapped everything. Everything just disappeared. Page 16, too many cubes. It's still a profit, but the revenue is small.
Yeah, this was
Uh-oh.
unfortunately the beautiful cube overpriced was causing some problems with sales.
Yikes. Yeah. It wasn't the hit sales wise. It oohed and awed, but
Right, it won so many different design awards. Yeah, but that
right.
wasn't enough to save it for its cost.
It was expensive. I mean, the thing was expensive for what you got, and it wasn't exactly what the pro users wanted. So it was a narrow segment of their buying population that wanted it, and it wound up getting, of course, more love later, especially in the used market today, right? Because it was such a shining example of design. And let's see, let's go to the cover article, page 26. Look and feel a visual salute to the boldest, sleekest, most stunning computers ever made. And so Stan Musilek, and you looked up, and this guy's quite a renowned photographer.
Yeah,
He's got all kinds of
corporate list of people he's done photography for is wide and ranging.
Yeah, and so they did this whole feature on photographs of the latest and greatest models. There's the Cube right there, looking all stunning. Can you see any cracks in the plastic? What was the deal with that? They were
stress.
Were they stress or something?
Yeah, because it happened right around those screws on the top, right? You had the same problem with the handles on the G3. I don't know if the G4 had the same issue, but yeah, you would get little tiny hairline cracks around the screws on the top.
Yeah, it turns out that the salespeople weren't the only ones stressed about this computer. And there's the cinema displays, of course, best paired with a cube. There is the what do we call that? The studio display. What the very clear CRT?
Right. Yes, studio display sounds good. That was the wasn't that the very last CRT model that they made? I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't have one of these. I have the blue and white version, which wasn't clear. But this one, these were pretty sharp looking too.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And then there's the cover image, and there's your Pismo.
Pismo,
looking really cool.
Gorgeous.
And black, didn't succumb to the clear treatment. And then the iBooks. So lots of stunning pictures. Yeah.
You know, it's kind of funny. When I was leafing through this and I got into the ad page, I had totally forgotten that the Lime iBook was officially Key Lime.
Oh yeah,
yeah. I had that. It's like, oh my gosh, I can't believe I forgot that.
Officially Key. Yeah, unlike the
Lime. Right,
unlike
iMac,
the iMac
which
just
was Lime. Right. Yeah.
Anyway, lots of cool photos.
Yeah.
The article that comes right after that is the Great Migration.
Now this was very interesting, and I actually went in was looking on eBay for the SCSI to USB adapters, and they're pretty pricey still.
This article is hook up your old SCSI serial and ADB peripheral to your brand new Mac, which still has some relevance today.
Oh, absolutely. Well, you know that you can get the Wombat now, like a brand new product to do the ADB to USB conversion. It goes either way, which is pretty cool. And of course, I have a ton of the Griffin ones. I've got about 4 or 5 of them rolling around here.
Those are handy to have. I think
they are. Yeah.
So getting these things to connect Now, this back here, it has some advantages when you're trying to get these older things to connect. How about to an M1 Mac today? You might have to take 2 or 3 more steps to do it. And then even if you could connect it, then the next problem will be just whether whatever application or operating system is going to talk to it, even if you can physically connect it, right?
Right. Yeah, because anyone who's mounted a like a disk image for mini VMac or anything like that, you'll see that you can mount those images and read from them, but you cannot write to them. We lost that ability back in Snow Leopard.
You know, it would be a fun project, and I'm kind of thinking about that while you're looking at this table of SCSI variants, to have a kind of like illustrate like a family tree, but a connectivity diagram where on the left you have all the different old standards, and then on the right you have or maybe you can even have columns of generations of Macs, and then show the linkages to try to get from A to B to C to D all the way across, and have this map say, okay, if you want to connect SCSI to a modern Mac, these are the things you need and the steps you got to go.
That's a pretty cool idea. Yeah,
for all the different for ADB, for heck, even for Ethernet. I had to connect an Ethernet router directly to my laptop the other day, and of course my laptop doesn't have an Ethernet port, so then then there's trying to navigate that.
Did you just end up getting one of the USB with Ethernet in it?
Well, I had I couldn't find that. I have one of those somewhere.
That's the other problem, is trying to keep track of all the different adapters. Sure.
No, I wound up finding a USB-C port adapter that had an Ethernet jack on it. But anyway, but that would be quite an effort. It would be cool because you'd see history. It'd be useful for those trying to gain access to these things, because they're still, even if you aren't into the retro scene, this idea of salvaging data.
Well, there are whole businesses out there that a big chunk of their business is data recovery off of old systems. Yeah,
that's right. Look at all those serial devices. Might want to get access.
I got a couple of those too. Sure. Yeah. I think the last time I used one was to hook my visor up to a newer Mac, because of course the visor had which is a Palm OS, was serial.
All right, let's zip ahead to page 51, and it's the Adventures of Connectix guy. By day he uses Windows, by night he plays PlayStation games. And how does he do that? He does this all on his Macintosh through the Connectix virtual game station.
Now, I actually had Virtual PC when I bought my blue and white G3. I got Virtual PC for it, and I have to say, and I did also have the PlayStation. I had the version that before it was actually bought by Connectix, and I cannot remember.
Yeah, I remember that.
What it was called. Maybe it's just been Virtual PlayStation. The Virtual PlayStation PC, one definitely worked better than the Virtual PC, at least on my 300.
Virtual PC was painful.
Very.
And guess what? Those days might be coming back.
I know, right? Gives me a headache just thinking about it.
It had to emulate everything, right? Because your G3 iMac didn't have the.
Well, all right. So there are ARM versions of Windows 10 already.
There are
of the sort.
Yeah, and that's being messed around with.
Right.
But you don't have the broad support for any Intel-based operating system,
or the Intel-based applications for Windows right now. Yeah.
Right. So we might be entering this world again, where you're having to do something, but we'll see. But yeah, those are some cool.
Being able to play the PlayStation games,
just to be able to do it.
And again, it worked even on a 300 megahertz G3. It played the PlayStation games really well.
Yeah. Surprisingly.
Impressively so. Yeah.
All right. Let's see. Where are we? We're going to go ahead, and I want to go to page 57. What do you want to say about this? The VST Firewire RAID array. That's an impressive stack of hard drives.
And battery powered. That's the big thing.
Battery powered?
Battery powered. Yes.
Wow. That is crazy.
That is crazy, right? Yeah. So they talk about how they tried this, and it uses, or it can run up to 3 hours on a single PowerBook lithium-ion battery, which is pretty darn clever. The fact that it used the same battery as the PowerBook, as opposed to some sort of proprietary thing. I mean, what a great concept. But let's see. Look at the prices on that. The 80 gig array, over $3,000. The 120 gig array was about 4,600. So yowzers. But yes, I love the fact that it's battery powered.
Nice. 120 gigabytes of smoking palatable power in a 9-inch high stack. Yeah, and if you're using this connected to your PowerBook, you didn't have a spare battery, that'd be some real hot swapping going on, right? Let's see. What else we want to talk? Oh, you know what? Speaking of what computers we were using at the time, this was about the time when I was getting ready to switch to this guy.
Oh, nice.
This was the first laptop I ever purchased. You're talking about key lime. This one came in key lime and in graphite. I think the key lime must have lagged maybe a little bit.
Lagged in
release? No.
Oh, okay.
In release, I don't know, because it doesn't show here in this. Maybe it was too early. The availability of the key lime just shows the graphite one.
Now the internal monitor was still 800 by 600 on this, wasn't it? Or did they finally bump it up to? I don't think they got to 1060 until they came out with the white plastic next gen.
Right.
Okay.
You are right about that. Yep. So I still got this one. I forgot about they show the audio jack, which did double duty as an AV port.
Oh, right. Yeah.
So you had this little extra long
cable.
It had,
which is a kind of a standard now.
Yeah. And it had the multi output. So you could do your RCA video, I think left and right, phono plugs. So, that was, of course, the end of the line for that style of iBook before they went to the more traditional format, the last of the clamshells. Yours for the low price of $1,999 to start. And one more thing. Make Mac OS 10 look and act like Mac OS 9. Why would you want to do that?
Right. I just thought that was kind of funny. It's like here they've gone through all the, some people slow to adapt.
So this is before the official release of OS 10. We're still public beta time.
Oh, wow. Okay. I did not realize that. I thought this was at least 10.1. Okay. Wow.
So you're saying what you need the public beta first.
Right.
Got to pay your $30 or whatever it is to get your disk. And what are they doing? They're doing some icon makeover.
Icon swapping, like apps that'll give you your Apple menu back. That's right, because in the beta there was like the Apple menu didn't even do anything. I don't think, or there was no Apple up in the upper left corner for the beta, was there?
Yeah, I don't remember. Yeah, and they add it back. Get your menus back. App switcher, pop-up windows, lots of little clever tricks you can do to make the next generation more familiar. Yeah, people forget how long OS 9 we had lived with, or it was quite a change. Well, I think that was it. Do you have anything else we want to talk about?
Nothing in particular. There were a couple of games that were in not necessarily Risk 2, but a couple other games that I may go back and try out.
Oh yeah. What were they?
There was a mentioned on one of the pages. It was a version of Missile Command.
Oh, like the official Missile Command?
No,
Or
no.
knockoff?
A knockoff. Yeah, it was,
Mhm.
one of the lookalike games.
Mm.
Let's see, what was that called? Look at my downloads because I think I still have it in there.
Mm-hmm. Now you have a coin op Missile Command?
I do. Yes, I do.
Yeah.
Love it.
All right. Well,
I'll have to look it up later. I cannot remember.
Well, there it was. That was January 2001 MacAddict. You can find MacAddict, this issue and all the issues.
And all the discs for the issues.
Yes, the disc images over on archive.org. Why did we wind up talking so long about that? I don't know.
Yeah, right. Well, yeah, it's kind of funny. When we got together this morning, we're like, oh, this was a pretty boring issue.
Yeah.
Nothing too crazy. And then we ended up talking for how long? 20 minutes.
Right. The picture is nice. It seems like a kind of a cop out, right? I mean, I'm sure he took a while to take this, but it's not a lot of useful information. I mean,
right.
It doesn't take that long to.
But sometimes it's a good conversation starter, which is kind of part of the fun of doing this. Is
no, for us. I'm talking about, but back then, I mean, it's like,
yeah,
you got this issue in the mail, and you're like,
right.
These are photos of the computers that are out.
What is no, seriously, come on. The big thing with this magazine, the big saving thing was that disc it came with, because I was still using dial-up for heck. I was still using dial-up I think till almost 2005 or 6. So having that disc with all the system updates, a bunch of cool icons, game demos, that was the big seller of this magazine. I mean, I love the magazine, especially earlier years, because it was just and we've done whole episodes on the magazine, because just talking about the magazine in general, because it was such a great, Macworld was so business oriented. This was your standard user oriented and a lot of fun.
We should have mentioned what the highlights might have been in that disc.
I tried to this morning, but I realized I didn't have Sheep Shaver set up very well on my iMac out here. I've got it on my computer.
Probably just looking at the contents.
At the beginning of the magazine, they do have the what's on the disc thing.
Yeah,
and one of the things is the demo for that.
Native Assault.
Game, thank you. Yes,
Native Assault. There's a certain charm about those classic coin-op games of the 1980s. Missile Command was arguably one of the twitchiest and most nerve-wracking of them all. Well, we've flown through the 90s and dropped right into the new decade, and pleased to see the classic game reincarnated as Native Assault. The added element of strategy and resource management enhances gameplay. We're not just shooting for a high score this time. Yeah, I don't remember that one. Yeah.
So I'm going to give that one a try.
All right. Well, let's move on to the news. You ready for that?
I will be in a moment. Just need to close a couple of tabs. All right. I am ready when you are.
Let's go in 3, 2, 1. Time for the news. We haven't talked a whole bunch about the rumored Apple car. These rumors have been swirling for, well over a year now. The idea that Apple might have their own automobile. Well, the rumors seem to be getting more concrete. Here's an article over at Apple Insider saying Hyundai in talks with Apple to produce the Apple car. And there's some concept drawings of what that might look like. Makes sense, right? That they would partner with
an existing auto
manufacturer.
Firm. Absolutely, yeah.
Right, rather than just create a car from scratch. That they would have all the cool interface and software and smarts and integration to your iOS devices and all that, and just do that way. And then, maybe start with one car lineup, kind of like, what they did with AirPlay, for example, right?
Right.
Or not AirPlay, CarPlay, right? And what do you think? Do you think an Apple logo might find its way onto the outside of a car?
Ooh, that would be pretty awesome.
Powered by Apple. If this is true, then it's moving along. I mean, it's been many years, right, that they've been doing experiments that we've seen.
The self-driving cars.
Shots, that kind of stuff that they've been playing around with this idea. So we shall see. Maybe this is a lot closer than people think. Over on Reddit, and I picked this up over the vintage Mac Reddit, but it actually links over to Minecraft. Do you ever do Minecraft?
Steve, and I'm sorry, I always can't remember if it's Wyrick or Wyrich. At Kansas Fest got me really interested in Minecraft, and I did buy it, and then I have not done anything with it. But he used to he did a lot of very fun creations similar to this with Apple II. He did an entire giant Apple II case you could walk around inside. Oh yeah, I remember
that.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
Well, this user, which has some cryptic username, you see it there on the screen, says, I turned my 16-year-old Power Mac G5 into a retro Minecraft server. Here's some of the useful stuff people have created. And there's some images here of, a G5, right, made up in Minecraft, kind of sitting there in the world. A picture of Steve Jobs holding the Apple. And then look at that. There's all kinds of floating classic Mac and iPod icons.
Fantastic. Yeah.
Laptops, though, people have pixelized a lot of old icons.
It would be really fun to redo the icon park.
Oh, yeah, that would be great.
That would work quite well, wouldn't it? Yeah.
There's a G4 Cube made up in Minecraft, looking like a little building. Yeah. So I don't know. So you can get onto this person's G5 server and roam around these items. Kind of interesting how a G5 is still able to host this kind of activity, run the software. But lots of clever use there of Minecraft. And lastly, guess who's up to their old tricks?
Okay, so I love all the stuff that Dana does, but I have to say this one is particularly brilliant to me.
Let me read the description.
It's hilarious. Okay, yes, go ahead.
The Macintosh PowerBook DuoDock 200 was a portable battery-powered version of the DuoDock with an inbuilt display, keyboard, and pointing device, allowing it to function as a PowerBook in its own right, while the PowerBook Duo that docked with it was out on the road. So, yeah, so I guess you bought this as a package deal. It came with, or maybe it came without. Maybe the internal PowerBook Duo was optional, and then you would add it later. But
that's right.
Yeah, but this is great.
I love the kind of meta. Yes, it just tickles me in
so she's fused the top of the the Duo dock
of a Duo.
Another Duo dock.
Right.
So you have a stationary one on top.
Right. And then a dock 4 that you can pull out and take with you and have the same capabilities as the dock itself. Yeah. I love it.
Nice. Yeah, I don't know how overly portable. I guess you wouldn't haul this. You wouldn't haul this around necessarily. And so I don't think, based on the description, that the Duo dock on the that the computer on the top is actually a full computer. I think that's just the interface.
That looks just like the Duo dock if it was on the desk.
Right.
Exactly.
So it's not
or the Duo
computer
itself that was on the.
If you ejected the computer inside, you wouldn't be able to use it.
Exactly.
Right? Yeah. That's pretty clever.
Oh my gosh, so fun, so fun.
Check out all Dana's creations on Twitter at NanoRaptor. Okay, we're getting to the end of the episode.
So what are we going to talk about next week?
Who knows?
Who knows? And any suggestions out there?
I'm sure we'll figure out something. I was thinking about doing a live turning on of my Mac TV and see what happens. Talking about that Mac TV with the weak sound.
Right. This is going to be the new our new segment. Is James turns on a computer and sees if it works or not. It'd be Macintosh roulette.
It's getting to be that way.
You know, I actually, so I've got several older Raspberry Pis, and what I was thinking about doing was loading, because of course the Raspberry Pi have composite out, and I'm thinking of loading a bunch of the old Macintosh commercials onto the Pi as video files, and then connecting that to my Macintosh TV to run videos on it. I thought it would be kind of fun.
Yeah, that would be cool. All right. Well, we'll wrap it up.
We do, yeah. So
we got to start recording. We got to end this.
Yep. We have to figure out what we're going to announce for next week. So, we have a Mac roulette for the win. Yeah.
That would be kind of. I mean, we can. It's been a while since we've talked about the
TV. It might help you kind of get the peripherals and everything to get your stuff set up and working.
Oh, that's right. I still haven't found the keyboard, the black keyboard and mouse. So that will send me on a scavenger hunt.
That's it.
I know I've got that stuff. It's like, where is it all? I think I know where the mouse is. It's the keyboard. I was like, where's that keyboard? But okay. That'll give me something to work on. All right. Let's go. Let's record in 3, 2, 1. All right, we're at the end of another episode of the RetroMacCast. Thanks for the in studio or the live stream or whatever the folks in the chat for joining us. Next week, I thought had an idea, incentivize me to get some stuff up and running. Actually, I'm not going to get it up and running. The idea is I'm going to get it all configured, and I'm going to flip the power switch on the Macintosh TV and see what kind of state it's in. It hasn't been powered on in I don't know how many years, maybe since I got it.
Oh my.
Maybe over 10 years, I think. I don't know. It's been stored very nicely. Looks really good. I got to track down the black keyboard so it all looks right. I got to get the keyboard and mouse. They're around here someplace, and then we'll light it up, cross our fingers, see what happens. I did find the remote the other day.
Oh, nice. Okay.
So there you go. I might even see if I can find something to pump video into it and exercise that part of it, assuming everything else works.
So yeah, well, that whole Raspberry Pi thing might be a good way to go. I'm sure you probably got several kind of floating around as well.
To do what?
To output video into
yeah.
Well,
let's see.
Because again, they have composite out.
It does, or composite to have a composite in.
No, the Pi you would want composite out to go into the in on the TV.
Yeah. No, I think I've got a CD player, or a DVD player or something.
Anything like that should,
Yeah. All right. Well, we will revisit the Macintosh TV and see if my example is holding up. Anything else, John?
No, I think that's it.
All good? All right. Well, until next week, it's not old.
It's retro. I have no idea why I said it like that, but
all right. Well,
nice.
how was my audio, everybody, with my new old microphone I dug out of the archives? Hopefully it sounded okay.
Oh, and Mac84 has said that if it needs recapping, which is very possible,
Yeah.
that
Give you a shout and you'll
just
be right
give
over.
Mac84 a shout. Yeah, come on down, Mac84.
All right. Bye to everybody.
Bye, Jeremy. Bye, Calvin. Bye, Mac84.
Calvin.
Bye, everyone. Scarlet Swordfish. Klaus.
Who else did we see?
Jeremy from Lockdown, London. Yes.
That's right. Yeah.
So thanks everyone for joining us. As always, Distro Hopper, if you're still on, and whoever else who did not type in the chat.
Shame on you.
Who may still be watching.
Oh, yeah. All right.
All right.
Bye, everybody.
Bye, everyone.